friends. It's Tracey from Nova Scotia Living. There's Violet. It's 5:37 in the morning. I went to bed around 7 o'clock, 6:30 last night. And I just got up now. We just got back from our walk. And I don't have any stinking coffee pods. And I want to clean up this kitchen a little bit because it's driving me nuts. Not too bad. I think Mally made a little pizza last night. And that's just leftover stuff. It's my ice cream bowl. And there's empty, not quite empty, but a dishwasher they can just go into. However, this. I bought this 2 years ago, I think. It was on 50% off. Thinking I'll use this whenever my Keurig's done. And I have, like, coffee and coffee filters. So I'm going to take away my Keurig and make coffee because I want coffee. And maybe we'll try this for a while to use up the coffee that we have in the house, like the coffee grounds, instead of buying pods for a little while. I just wanted to show you it because it's brand spanking. I don't think the sticker's still on it. I don't know. But it was 50% off at Superstore. Had a pretty pink sticker on it, I remember. And yeah, anyways, I'm going to open her up. All right, I just wiped off this counter. Now I'm going to open the box. Comes with questions, the instruction manual. I should probably let one cycle of water run through it once before I make coffee. I'm honestly too lazy, but I'll do it anyways. Ooh. Alright, let's see your pretty little face. I'm going to put you away a sec. Right, there. I haven't used a coffee maker in years. We've had a Keurig for a long time. We've had a couple Keurigs. But I'm ready to go back to this, honestly. Yeah, I'm going to set it up at the counter and put a cycle through it. I'm washing this with a bit of soap and water first. I have a big tub of dark roast Tim Hortons coffee. I have other coffee in there, but they're still in coffee beans. They're not ground. And then I got these little coffee filters for $1.50 at the dollar store. Alright, I think it's doing something. I didn't program it or anything. I didn't even put a filter in it, like it's just water to run through it. Alright, I found some other coffee too. This has been opened before. Oh, my alarm. Oh, no, it hasn't. It hasn't. We're going to do the Tim Hortons dark roast. But I do have this. It's medium ground though, Colombian. And then this, which will be good. But I thought this was open already because just when I peeked up it looked dark. I'm like, when did I open that? And I thought it might be, I don't know, can coffee grounds go stale or something? But we'll do the Tims. But I do have other coffee for when that runs out. Alright, I suppose I should look at this for the first time. Oh. Customer safety information. Okay, well. Oh. Important. Read all instructions before using appliance. Well, I already broke that #1 rule. Protect the electrical shock. Yes, don't immerse in water, of course. Unplug from outlet when not in use before cleaning. Okay. Allow to cool before putting and taking parts off. All right. To discontinue, turn all controls off, then remove plug from wall. Do not operate any appliance with damaged cord. Close supervision. Do not touch hot surfaces. Do not use appliance for anything other than intended use. Do not use outdoors. The use of accessory attachments, not recommended. All right. Do not let cord hang over the edge of table. Do not place on near hot gas or electric burners. Scalding may occur if cover is lifted. Snap the cover securely to the carafe before serving. All right. I just want to find out how to do it. I'll set the clock after. I want some friggin' coffee. I was just pressing buttons till it started making a noise. Getting to know your thing. There was a clean button, but I don't want it to take forever. Making coffee, 4 cups. Press the cup button. 1 to 4 cups ensures that your coffee will taste just as great as when you were brewing it. Smaller quantities. So do I press it 4 times if I want 4 cups maybe? I don't know. After you've pressed this button, the LED function will illuminate, indicating the coffee maker will be adjusted for the shorter brewing time cycle. You may use this feature in both normal operating mode and timer mode. Making coffee. Normal mode. Place your coffee maker on a clean, flat, dry surface. Yes. Plug it in, of course. Open the hinge lid. Okay. Use the handle. Lift the removable filter holder out of the coffee maker. You may use the included permanent filter or use the basket style. Oh, well, I'm going to put those liners in it. This coffee maker uses 10 to 12 cup size paper filters, and you may use the permanent filter included. Place the desired amount of coffee in the filter. See chart below, determined on how much coffee to use. Oh, for heaven's sakes, 1 to 2 tablespoons for 3/4 cup. All right, so it takes quite a bit of coffee. I'm just going to put a bunch in there and let it rip. I'll set the clock after, but this is a state of an emergency. I suppose I should get Maze's snacks pack for his book bag. Alright, I think it's going. I do want to set that clock though, because that'll drive me crazy. But I'll do it after. Hopefully it makes a whole pot. Now, I won't drink a whole pot. I'll have one big fat coffee. But my husband really likes coffee. And, yeah. We'll see how this works out. So I just put the coffee there. This is the espresso. Sisaboo coffees are really good. It's just down the hill from where we live. And he goes and gets beans and grinds them up and makes his espresso. And they do have like regular coffee there too. And I do have bags out there of regular coffee, but they're coffee beans, not coffee grounds. So we'll have to get those ground up after we're done with this dark roast. But if we get Tim Hortons, we usually have dark roast. So this works out good. It's only taken this long to get from box to brewing. I did get Maze's bag pack. He has a couple yogurts, a couple of snacks, a juice box, a water bottle, and a little orange. And I think what I'm going to make for supper today is tater tot casserole. I found a bag of tater tots in my deep freezer yesterday. And I have a package of ground beef in the fridge. We haven't had that in a long time. I know it's really rich, not all that nutritious, but it's a different way to swing a supper with hamburger, because we had spaghetti not long ago. We've had tacos, we've had chili, we've had meatballs, we've had, I don't know, whatever. But tater tot casserole gets those tater tots out of my freezer. Use up a thing of hamburger. I got sour cream left over from the tacos we had the other day. I got cream and mushroom soup. I have cheese. We'll just do that up. I'll do that after the kids go to school. Or at least Maze goes to school. Well, that coffee maker's taking forever. I'm going to have to learn how to program it and have it brewing when I get up in the morning. I might as well get these in the oven now. They're not tater tots, potato puffs, but whatever. I'm just going to do them in the oven, 450, 16 to 20 minutes. All right, there they are. I'm just waiting for the oven to come up, and by the time, well, it says 16 to 20 minutes. I'll put it in for 10 minutes, come move them around and put them in for another 10 minutes, or however long I think. And it's okay if they cool down, because they'll all be going into that tater tot casserole after. Something just walked by. Maybe a car drove by. Anyways, that coffee's still a brewing, for heaven's sakes. It's almost done now. Almost done. It smells good. Alright, it's 6:30. It took me an hour to make that cup of coffee. Sheesh. But it's all set up now. It's been washed through once. And we'll try that on for size. I'll just wash the Keurig and put it away for now because it still works. It's just I want to use up stuff in my pantry. And we got a whole bunch of coffee in there. So we'll just use a coffee pot for now. And yeah, the convenience of just doing 1 cup though of hot water for the kids. But we do got a tea kettle, or you know, a kettle. They can just warm up on the stove. They know how to do that. And I actually do have one of those plug-in kettles like Dad has out in the laundry room too, still in the box, but I'm not going to get that out. I like my big old ones on the wood stove. But yeah, I'm going to have this coffee. I'll go wake them up. That stove still didn't come up, so they're just, tater tots are just sitting on this tabletop. Tater tots on the tabletop. And I'll get those in when I bring my coffee cup out. And yeah, we'll just scramble up hamburger after, strain it, like have it seasoned. Can or 2 of cream of mushroom, the rest of that sour cream. I don't have any celery. Maybe I have some dehydrated. I think I do. It's just going to be that kind of a meal. Something different. I'll have to shred up some cheese too. I like to put some cheese on top. Why not? Make it a little more richer. Okay, I'm done my coffee. I didn't put those tater tots in because I'll be out waiting for the bus when that 20-minute mark is up and I don't want to burn them. So I'll put them in when I'm just about to go out with Maze. But right now I'm going to go wake them up. Right, Fred? Jer? Yeah, I'm outside. Maze is having a rough time. Talk about cutting it close. I have some birdseed and some peanuts in here and a bagel that was left in the toaster. I just broke up and throw in here. It's just a plain bagel. Oh, I see Randall's over there. Hey, Randall. I can't holler to you like normal. Oh, here it comes. Oh, is your sweater a Thrasher sweater?
It's my sister's.
Oh, I remember Marquise used to have one years ago when he was a teenager. All right, boys. Have a good day at school. I love ya. Love you, bud.
Love you.
I don't want to kiss ya. There. I don't see Timothy, but I'm sure he's around here. He waves as long as possible. I still see his little hand waving. There. Oh, she's chilly out. But I put some seeds down there and over there. There's a few straggle flakes coming down, but I don't think it's supposed to be any great snow. There's a little on the lawn, but once it warms up, it's not supposed to warm up today, but when it does warm up, it'll be gone. Okay, now I need to go wake up the big kids. That's always a delight. All right, I didn't even fiddle with the friggin' fire this morning, but there's coals. I'm going to throw some wood up in there. All right, I just set the time. Good. Now I'm going to start getting that hamburger out to fry up. All right, I just put the hamburger in here. It's medium ground. My husband paid $11.31. It was $9.90 a kg. So I'll have to strain it probably because it is medium ground. I got Betty out this morning. It might help if I turn this on. I'm just going to fry up some onions with this too, all at the same time. I suppose I could put some spinach in it to make it a little bit healthy. Let me get the onions first. Frozen diced onions. Should have got some more of these, or I might have some in the deep freezer actually. Yeah, I think I'll put half a pack of that spinach, frozen chopped spinach I got in the mixture too. I'll just get it out after. That timer off. This is about to go off for 10 minutes. I'll move it around and stick it back in for another 10 minutes. Probably won't touch on all of them, but just move them and shake them a little bit. The air fryer would have been good for these too, but whatever. Whatever. Timer 10. Start. I'll season this with some onion powder and garlic powder, the usual stuff. I don't think I'll put much salt in it because there'll be salt in that cream of mushroom soup. But yeah, well, I hope this... I'm going to leave this coffee maker on so it stays warm for when my husband gets up. But I mean, we could always just put the cold coffee in a container and put it in the fridge because I don't mind reheating coffee in the microwave. I do it all the time. Like those Tim Hortons coffees and stuff. So, I took my mucus and phlegm stuff a little while ago. It tastes nasty, but it works. Breaks it up a bit. And it's Friday. Hip hip hooray. Oh, I was talking to my sister yesterday. Well, message. She wanted to know. Like, I plan on going up to her place sometime in the spring. Like I did before. Bring Violet and Boris. And they can play together with Maya and Riggs. And I'll stay at her house a couple days. So she's just working out her time off from work. So we were sorting that out. That'll be exciting. And then she'll come. You know, she comes and stays at Dad once in a while, but it's nice to get up there, and I'll do it again sometime in the fall. And it's funny because I've never seen that movie Titanic. I know. It was super popular. I've never ever seen it. And don't really care to see it. Like, I know it's popular. Not that I'm against it. It's just never something I've seen. Never sought it out. My sister, on the other hand, she drove to Halifax. This is when she was young, when it was first out. How old? Like 20 years ago? Probably longer than that. Drove to Halifax, I think, once or twice just to go watch it by herself. Loves it. Anyway, she was like, when you come up, we're going to sit down and watch the Titanic. We're going to make a whole thing out of it. I said, okay. It's not usually my type of movie, and it's not that I'm not excited about it, but she's really excited about it, even though she's seen it probably 100 times. I've never seen it. So, it's going to be a Titanic visit. That just happened off the shore in our neck of the woods. There's people that were on the Titanic buried in Halifax. Yeah, anyways. That's going to be our plan, and it'll be in June. So it'll be nice. We'll go to the beaches and we'll do this and that. And yeah, Violet and Morris will have their own little vacation because the kids get to do stuff a lot. They get to do stuff too, but you know, they'll go see their other furry cousins and have a blast running around, getting dirty and getting lots of exercise, having poops and eating food and, you know, playing with toys and getting in the water, and it'll be good. And she lives in a really nice little village. I like it a lot. That was onion powder. This is just pepper. I need some garlic powder. It's Italian seasoning. Oregano. Onion powder. Garlic powder. Oh, I turned the furnace up before Maze came down. I gotta turn it down again. I don't have it turned way up, but just so I can warm up his jacket. I'll turn it down again. Now that I got the fire going again, it's going nice. I'll wait till this furnace cycle stops and then I'll go turn it down. So, yeah, we haven't had tater tot casserole in, I don't know. It's one of those freezer meals I make sometime. Now, this is a full one. I don't need a full one, I don't think. Well, but there's not a whole, there's less than half here, so I'll have to take some. Sour cream. My husband got that when we had tacos the other, or no, quesadillas. That's what we had, quesadillas. There is another package of chicken breast in there. I could have made something with that. I just don't know what to make with it. I don't know, but. And there's sausage in there he's got to cook up for that cabbage and sausage. If it goes bad today or tomorrow. So he's got to cook that up. Misha's still sleeping. I took my antibiotic this morning. I'll have to go wake her up after the big kids go to give her hers. She should be back to school tomorrow. But yeah, Misha had like an whole extra March break, which, you know, she needed it though. She did. She was starting not to feel good at that hockey tournament. Like she was complaining of a headache and stuff. And then it just came full blast. Thank goodness I didn't have the painful thing that I had. I mean, even if other people get strep, it might affect them differently, but for me it was like, holy, my throat was on fire and I couldn't swallow very good, and it was just the gunk in my chest was gross. I won't get into great detail, but last night I couldn't, like, I was whispering. I thought I'd wake up and not have a voice. But I went to bed last night so early. I woke up around, well, it was 1:43. I looked at my phone and I was struggling getting back to sleep, so I just laid there and laid there and laid there. Oh, I read that book, Carol Haunts by Darcy Coates. I read that yesterday, and I read some of that last night when I couldn't settle. So I finished that book. That was good. That's the second Darcy Coates book that I read. She writes like haunting books, as far as I know. She might write other ones, I don't know. I have one more book of hers that I have. It's not like in a series, but Voices in the Snow or something. Anyways, the first one that I read was The Haunting of Ashburn House, and then this Carol's Haunt. And I like them. They're really like tame, cozy hauntings. Nothing too dramatic. Kind of wraps up in a nice little bow at the end. It's not grotesque or anything like that. It's a nice little haunting. So it wasn't so patronizing like it was so ridiculously cheeseball, which sometimes cheeseballs are good if they're done right. This wasn't that. But it was just like a cozy haunting. Oh, like, oh my goodness, wow, that's haunting. That's a little creepy, but it's, you know, turns out it's like the end of a Scooby-Doo thing. Oh, okay. Everybody comes out, and it's okay. So, I'm glad I read it. I think I'm trying to do those star readings on Goodreads, because I set up a Goodreads account this year and write little reviews. Nothing, like, I'm not a book reviewer, but I'd give it like a 3 because I liked it. It didn't blow me away, but it was a good way to spend my time, and I liked it. I don't generally do anything lower than a 3 unless it's really, really not. Even if they're like completely taboo or something, if the story is done right. Not that I agree with everything that's in books, but if it's in a book and it's fiction, it's made up. It's okay. 3 is about as low as I go. Occasionally I've done a little lower, but you know, 3 is like, okay, it's all right. It's okay. 4 is like, I really liked it a lot. There's just 1 or 2 little things that were annoying or whatever. 5 is like, I really, really, really liked it, and there might be 1 or 2 things, but everything else so overpasses the 1 or 2 things that I love it. You know, it's more of a vibe thing. It's more of how much I actually enjoyed reading it at the time of reading, how easy it was to process, and yeah. Anyways, this is almost done. And those tater tots have 17 seconds left before they've been in for 20 minutes, so we'll see. And it's 7:46, so I might have this all done. Oh, I need to shred up some cheese too in my food processor. All right, you little tater tots. Shut you off. Okay, I'm going to strain this beef because there's a lot of grease in there, and we'll move forward. See, this is just what I do. Look at all that grease. I just let it sit a minute, and then I'll throw it back in the pan right there. And then we just add the soup and the cream and everything. I'm going to get the cheese out and grate that up while this strains. Right, there's a little bit of cheese in here, and then that I'm going to grate it all up. I probably won't use all of that, but I'll just put whatever I don't use, like in a bag in the fridge. All right, there's the cheese. A couple of chunks up here for cheese tax bag in the fridge. This is the chopped spinach I got the other day. Here's 2 cans of cream and mushroom soup. I use gloves when I'm touching the food, because especially now that I have a bit of a cold thing. But, yeah, so I'm going to do the spinach up in the microwave. Oh, and there's that ground beef. Got most of it out, so that's good. I'm going to open these mushroom soups while the spinach is in the microwave. And there's the tater tots. Oh, and it's 7:56. All right, there's the 2 cans of soup. I'm going to put this in there and wait for the spinach, mix it all up, and see how much more of that I need to add. Or I can add a little bit of milk or heavy cream to make it healthy. Yeah, right. All right, there's that spinach. I just use the back of a spoon to press out as much water as I can. Oh. There, so. It's the same strainer I strained the hamburger with, so less dishes. I just did like 2 big spoonfuls of the other sour cream tub. I don't want it soupy because I find the tater tots get soggy. I think what I'm going to do is put this in the pan that I'm going to make it in. Keep these out for now, and then later this afternoon I'll assemble it and warm it up and put the cheese on it then. But all I have to do later is just assemble and heat. All the hard work is done, so I'll get it in the pan now. Okay, guys. I'm going to spray it. I don't know whether it needs it or not, but I'm going to spray it. This one's almost all gone, so. Yeah, that's pretty low. Oh, that's just. That one's history. Let's try this one. That's better. Getting rid of it now so I don't get it mixed up. Okay. Now, I could probably make 2 smaller ones, but I'm just going to do this. And for something like this, you don't need a great big serving because it's going to be so rich. But some of them put ketchup on it, some of them don't. I don't always put spinach in it. I do like some sort of color in it if I can. But my kids like spinach, so it'll be fine. Maze, though, he wanted just tater tots. I said, well, you can have, I'll keep out some tater tots for you. Because there's a couple of those pork tenderloin things I cooked yesterday. You can have tater tots in that if he doesn't want tater tot casserole. So, perfect. Look at that. Now I gotta find something to put those tater tots in for later. And I'm just gonna put this out in the porch because it's good and cold out there. And then 2:30 after, I'll come and assemble it and stick it in the oven to warm up. All right, it's 8:11. There, I just put it in there. I'll cover it with foil. Cover it with foil. I'm leaving this right in here, and this will go out there too. And I can clear my stovetop off and put that sour cream thing away and get the dishwasher going and the fires going. And get those girls downstairs and out the door. All right, dishwasher's going. I'm going to sit down. I'll wipe my table and stuff off after the big kids go. I just need to sit down a bit. I'm going to call them upstairs to see if they're out of bed. All right. I got a head like a ping pong ball. I got a head like a ping pong ball. You know where that song comes from? It's one of Maze's hats. I'm going to be on the hunt for a new hat next year. I don't know what the heck ever happened to my hat. I had it for years. I think it must be a glitch in the friggin' matrix or something. I don't know. But it has to be a big hat because I got a big head. One that's a little oversized that comes down to the sides over my ears. Has to be blackish. And it has to have those strings down. At least our driveway isn't muddy. It's frozen. Oh, hi, Spark. How are you, darling? You're like a really dark one. There must be a different kind. I gotta look at my bird book, but you're tiny. Anyways, yeah, next year, come October, I'm gonna be on the hunt for a good hat. It can't just be any willy-nilly one. Is that the bus? No, but of course the girls are being slow arses. Drives me crazy. All right, here comes the bus. Manly's in a friggin' t-shirt. Ziya's not much better. She has a hoodie on. Good thing you dressed for the weather. Good thing you dressed for the weather. I know. All right, I love you. Have a good day. Tater tot casserole for supper. I don't know if that was a good awe or a bad awe. Manly was happy about it. I think Ziya likes it. What's not to like? It's creamy and savory. There's one little girl on there brushing her hair, getting ready for school. All right, I just fed those guys their breakfast. This is empty. And this is just multi-purpose, multi-surface cleaner. So I forget, am I supposed to dilute it? I'm going to fill this up with this. Right there. I only put a little bit. And then like maybe there. And hey, porous. And the rest with some cold water. Now I'm going to clean my tabletop off. I like this one. Like, it's a good sprayer. So yeah, I'm going to clean my table. All right, guys, I haven't checked back in a bit. It's 11:39. I just edited the second day of that hockey tournament on the way home, and then Maze made supper. So that's good. I'm standing by the fire because it is nice and toasty. It's cool upstairs compared to the kitchen, that's for sure. Misha was up in her room, but I think she's getting ready to come downstairs. I brought up her antibiotic this morning, and we'll probably both have her antibiotic after lunch sometime. Then again at bedtime. And yeah. But my husband's upstairs. I think he's doing a meeting, or I hear him up there talking. Maybe he's on the phone. I don't know. What? And yeah, that coffee maker's looking at me. I think it likes my kitchen. And my husband, yeah. Oh my goodness. A bird just flew up to my window. I don't see it now. It was just a little one. I don't think it meant to. Maybe it's showing a reflection or something. But it's nice and sunny out. It's very cold though. But it's nice out. Oh, Randall just flew away. Well, there's 2 of them up in that tree over there. Up there. Oh, shy buggers. Anyways, that was the leftover of the coffee. So I took the pot out. I emptied the tray. And this will go in the fridge. And there's a nice big old mug of coffee for my husband or me or whatever. If he doesn't drink it today, that's what I'll be having tomorrow morning. We're just checking our apple seeds, Johnny Appleseed. Aw, man. They've been in the fridge over a month now. And they're finally starting to sprout. Take that right out of the whole paper towel, because there's 2 paper towels folded up. We got to find out what we do with apple seeds after they do this. These were just from store-bought apples. Those ones too?
Yeah.
I'm going to look this up. How did we do this? Look at that. Yeah, we'll have to put them back because I don't want to ruin them. I'm blocking the sunshine. Look. Oh, I'm so proud of you. We'll have an orchard of apple trees. So those ones are sprouted too. Yeah. Well, we'll spread them out evenly, and I'll wrap them back up and put them in here, and we'll have to research what to do with them. But they had to be in a cold place, in a damp cloth. And it did say 3 weeks, but this is more than a month because we checked it at 3 weeks and they still just look like seeds. So.
They are just store kind.
Just regular old. I don't even remember if they were organic or what, but there, they can go back in there. Make sure the lid's still in the fridge. All right, I was just looking at videos on YouTube about what to do with apple seeds after the stratification. Is that what it's called? Anyways, it looks like you can put it in dirt. A lot of them, some of them use grow lights and stuff. I'm not doing all that. One person did those little dirt balls that you put it in, and it comes with a case. You can get them at the DS or the Canadian Tire. I might just try that. That was just a simple experiment that we just tried with apples that we had here, and they all sprouted, so that's exciting. And of course, all the videos say they're not going to turn out like the apples that you got the seeds from, but I'm just more interested in see if they'll grow. You know what I mean? They might be crab apples. I don't care. I don't know. So we just put them back in the fridge for now. Next time I go to town, I'll get some. I don't have any more soil or anything, but I'll get things that whatever, but that's kind of neat. I wasn't sure if that would even work, but it did. But it did, when we first put those apple seeds in there, they said like 3 weeks, and that was probably 6 weeks before they did that. Otherwise, they just would have looked like regular. Alright, friends, Mally came home a little bit early. I'm not going to show you. Anyways, I bought supplies the other day when I went grocery shopping to make those breakfast sandwiches with English muffins, bacon, eggs, and cheese slices. And she was like, do you want to make those today? I'm like, well, whatever. So I'm going to put some bacon in the oven. Mally's going to do up the eggs, but we have those little egg ring things to make them like an egg McMuffin. And we're going to do 18 because we got 18 English muffins. We have a pack of 22 cheese slices, but we can only make so many. Like, we have 18 English muffins, so that's how many we'll make. And they're good to put in the freezer, and you just nuke them in the microwave when you go to eat them, and they're delicious. So I'm going to put that stuff on the tray right now. All right, Mally got out 18 eggs. There's the things. She's going to cut, I think we should do at least 2 of those. Do you think?
At least 2? That's crazy.
We're going to cut the packs right in half and then put them on the trays. So, yeah, I'll set you guys up while we work. Alright, I got all confused because Mally cut the bacon in half. This is my pan. This is her pan. She's going to make a mac and cheese after, so she's going to fry that up and put it in her mac and cheese. But, alright, it'll all cook the same, right?
It looks exactly the same.
It does. You can't tell the difference. That's all ready, and now he's getting the cheese slices. That's a pain in the arse to get all those plastic things off, but yeah, anyways, I gotta find those egg rings. So Mally's gonna cook up those bacon bits and then cook the eggs for the egg McMuffins in the bacon grease after, but use those bacon bits for the mac and cheese she's gonna make later. So it's, you know,
reduce, reuse, recycle.
That's right. We're not going to waste a thing. Egg rings that we have. I've tried them before with like those rings before, and it didn't work, but it works for some people. Yeah, some people do that, but I'm not that talented. Okay, Google, please be quiet. And
please shut your mouth.
yeah, anyways, these work good. So they're whatever that material is, they look like little chicks. Silicone, that's what it is. But I'm about to go outside with Violet and Boris, and Melly's gonna do up the eggs. Okay, it's really nice out. Dan Burnell, he's a delivery guy. Not to my house, I don't think. Oh, no. Oh, Violet, chill out. Anyways, we got a lot done. Aisha and I did those snack bags for all the kids for school. Wasn't planning on doing those breakfast sandwiches today at all, but Mally wanted to do them, so there's that. The tater tot casserole is assembled. I'm going to turn it on when I go in. I'm going to warm it up with the cover on it. Violet! Hey! I can't yell. Violet! Stop it. It's not even in our yard. I'll turn that casserole on when I go in. But I'm going to have the cover on it at first just so it warms up, and then I'll take it off and have the cheese all nice and bubbly on top. Yeah. And then I'm punching out. I could go to bed, honestly, but I got more done today than I thought I was going to get done, which is good. Yeah, not bad at all. And it's cold out, but it's certainly nicer than it was this morning. Although I don't like the mud, it is muddy now, whereas this morning it was frozen. But those guys are good. They're not going in it. There was a couple of old drumsticks in the fridge too. I just brought compost out and set those on the garbage bin so the crows would get them. And put the eggshells, that's what I put out in the compost because Mally is doing up those eggs. But yeah, Randall was here for a bit. So, but there's lots of birds out singing. Next time I go to town, I want to get some stuff for those apple seeds. And I need to get some more suet. There's still some in the cage, but not much. I forgot to get some. Oh, there's some more Randalls. There's only so many drumsticks, guys. There's a little bit of rice out there too I put on top of the garbage bin, but it might be all gone by now. I don't know. Maybe they'll leave me a feather or two. Hard to say. They usually leave a feather every once in a while for me. I have a nice little collection going on. But anyways, my throat's feeling better. When I go in, I'm going to take my antibiotic. Misha will take hers, and then we'll take one at bedtime. But this morning I could barely talk. I can talk now, so that's good. That must mean something good. And yeah, it's the weekend. I love the weekend, and I love that it's sunny, and I love that the birds are singing. And yeah, next weekend is Easter. I got my turkey. We need to get the sausage for the potato dressing. I need to talk to Dad to make sure he comes out. And yeah, it's just, it feels like a nice day now that I'm outside, because the past couple of days I haven't gone for like walks like I usually do. I don't bring you guys along for the walks because I'm holding two leash. And can't really film, but I just have not had the energy. And I might go for one later on today, maybe. Right now I'd say yes, but I'm kind of tired and I've been doing stuff today. I even folded a thing of laundry this morning, but it was not very big at all. And I'll get the kids to bring down whatever laundry they have today so we can get it all done and enjoy the weekend. I don't think we have anything big planned, but this is the first week. Like, Maze didn't have hockey practice on Wednesday. He's not going to have hockey practice tomorrow morning like he usually would. You know, like, we've been doing that for months now, so it's just going to take a week or two for me to get used to that. But maybe I'll go in town sometime this week and get that stuff for planting those seeds and find a nice place to put them in the sun in the house now. And then I got to figure out where we can plant them outside eventually. I don't expect to have apple trees. I mean, they take years to grow anyways, but you guys are all tangled in that pile of sticks. Just a minute. All right, here's the bus. Just like that, they get twisted like they were just planned. And as soon as the bus comes, they get twisted there. Oh, geez. Yeah, this wind is cold. Chilly, chilly. Oh, he has some paper. He has a sweater in his hands. At least he has a sweater. How was school? I can't yell. How was school? That's good. I missed ya. I missed ya. Well, I made tater tot casserole, but I put some tater tots away from you and that pork meat. Misha, Maze, don't do that. Jeepers. Well, Maze brought this home for Misha. Her friends made it for her. Get well soon. It has everybody's name on it. You have some good friends, Mish.
Go away, Boris!
You're not getting that, Boris. That's so nice. Alright, so Maze, this is what he's going to have for supper. Some tater tots and one of those pork things left over with some hickory sauce. Alright, Riley's going to start. Maze. Just wait. We're going to get them all done. And Anyways, Mally's assembling them. I've got to get it out before everybody just starts making noise. Misha. All right, there's the first 6. Don't they look good? All right, there's 18 breakfast sandwiches. I was trying to make it look fancy. Hey, Misha wants one of these for supper, so she can probably have one. All right, there. -1. Misha just took off with one. She warms it up in the microwave about 30 seconds. Here, show them what it looks like warmed up. So the cheese melts and stuff. And yeah, breakfast sandwiches. Now I'm going to date these bags, put them in the deep freezer, and you might have to warm it up for a minute, just 30 seconds on one side, 30 seconds on the other. When they're frozen, and they'll be good to go. All right, I just took this out of the oven. The cheese is melted enough. I think it's done. I think it's heated up. I'll get some out on a plate for you, Zai.
Okay.
All right, there's the tater tot casserole with spinach.